Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we have very strange and special episode. Why? Why is it strange? Because this deck is from one of our viewers, JHC. I know it took a while. I remember, don't worry, I remember that I promised you this one, and we do deliver on promises on this channel. And I really had some idea how to do this video because basically we got the deck. This is not exactly this deck because I modified this one, so we will have original deck and also this deck after modifications, and my idea was to compare both of them, play 10 games in Mythic and see if the improved, hopefully, version has better results. That was the idea. First of all, if you think about crafting this deck, watch the video. Really watch the video. And I will spoil a little bit of results for the sake of your wildcards. It didn't go very well, and I was surprised about the results. But we will make them in the outro. So we will compare two versions. We tried to play 10 games. I played a little more because my tracker is laggy and I didn't know that it's already 12th game. But you will see exactly the stats for each version. You can get the results and, you know, the observations from there, but definitely do not craft the deck. It didn't go very well. So it's not the most powerful version. So my idea is that we will go through the changes, JHC version, why I changed some cards. Then we talk about the, the strategy in a very short way, so you don't get super bored. And then we will go into the games, and in the outro we will see 12 games in one of the versions and the results, and the 12 games in the second version and the results. So this is hopefully the improved version that I have changed. So there were some blue splashes with Fateful Mending, and there was this 2-mana enchantment from the blue side. It's the modern age. So that was in the original version. I honestly did not like it. I think the road for this video is to be honest. I might be wrong, but this was my honest opinion on this one. I didn't like the mending, and I didn't like the enchantment, Age of whatever, just simply because we don't have very good splash. If we want to play blue, we just need to go all the way into the 3 colors. It's perfectly doable, but if we are trying to skimp on the island side, because like we have only Obscura Storefront, some Raffine towers, I think it might have been less in the original version, and some islands. So in the end, I think it's more of an Orzhov deck. I left the splash just for the Kotosei because I felt that it's a flavor choice and the deck identity needed to be the same. Especially this is against mono black, so not a random choice. Probably you can just go Orzhov fully, but just for the sake of sentiment, we left the Kotosei, and it's an amazing card. So those were the changes. I didn't like Liliana because we had 2 Liliana in the original version. I don't like her too much. She's a great card, but not much synergy with the deck. And the double black is pretty steep color, especially if you splash blue on turn 2. I nearly lost half of the games because I couldn't match colors to my cards, or I got mana screwed, so that just didn't feel consistent at all. And I think Restoration is a bit better because it can very nicely crew everything, and this card, the Chapter 2 really goes well with both Raffine Informant, Spirited Companion, Bankbuster. You can basically remove one of your vehicles for Greasefang later to reanimate, and then get back, for example, the dog for extra card. You have extra creature, things go right, and you have a lot of stuff that can crew. So that was my idea, and of course for the main synergy it's the Greasefang deck, so you want to go Raffine Informant on turn 2, then go Greasefang, and then reanimate one of the vehicles that you discarded to Raffine Informant. And if your opponent plays a creature deck, this will absolutely destroy them, and this also pairs perfectly with the Greasefang because it's crew 4, and this is for attack without the haste. This has haste, so you instantly hit for 5 with menace, which is great when your opponent has planewalkers, for example. And that's why I felt the Restoration generally is a bit better. It just has more synergy. You have a 3 attack creature which can later crew all the Bankbusters, and the tokens are also no joke. AO is amazing in this deck. It can put counters on the vehicles. This is the only deck when I was using the second AO ability when it died. So that's something to consider, because you have a lot of dudes and even the dogs will benefit from this. Alright, This is my version. That was the idea. What I did not like is Phyrexian Missionary, in all honesty. I think they are super slow and they don't really bring much to the table. It probably would be better with this and switch this. Not sure to which, I would have to do some research, but I think there are better 2-drops for the current meta. Yeah, Paragon is of course amazing. What I really like about this deck is Serra Paragon into the Storefront, because you basically play this dice gets exiled and you get 3 extra HP just for free for 0 mana. Against any kind of aggro red decks, it really helps. Alright, so that is the intention. I think we talked through the deck. I hope I did a decent job with intro. It's really hard to to explain this one because we have basically 2 versions. You don't see the other one, but I hope I made a good job for saying what exactly was there. And yeah, with the results, go to the outro. I think you might get really interested. If you ever think about crafting this deck, definitely check the outro at the end. And let's go into the games. For the games, I will probably mostly give my version for the deck. Maybe just as a flavor, I will add 1 version, but we will see. I will check during the editing. So yeah, let's go into the games, and don't forget to subscribe if you appreciate me tanking the rank to Oblivion to make this experiment. I actually wanted to stop halfway, but I decided, you know what? We gave a word, and word on this channel is saint, so we will just make it work. So don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you will enjoy the whole idea for the video and the games. I mean, definitely on the rough edge on the Landros, but I think on the draw with Eiganjo we should make it work. Yeah, we just needed 1 more land and everything is fine. And we got it! We definitely got this one, so we need the black mana for sure. Our opponent, of course, is having on the play with 1, 2, 3, probably Talia, right? It cannot be without the Talia. Like, come on, we know it's Talia, of course. I think it is basically like pre-made opening hand, you know? The game just checks, are you playing mono white, and then it gives you Talia. And that's what I will stick with. Alright, but to be fair, it doesn't really hurt us so much. We discard the Surgehacker Mech, so this way we can get it back with Greasefang on the next turn, and that's kinda strong. So our opponent thinks that the problem is the Raffine Informant. By the way, look at this draw. On the play, perfect mana, 1, 2, 3, easy. That's how you play Magic. However, what he does not know is that our deck has some insane tech built in. So Talia hurts, but this hurts way more, and we will get another connive. It means that we are more likely to get into our lands, and that's a really big deal because we have to get lands. Let's not tap stuff because this dies anyway, or not dies, it just goes into the hand. Talia is still annoying. As you can see, we cannot replay Mech next turn, but we are starting to get an edge. And with those cards, we should be able to... Man! Now the 4-drop! Easy game! That's how you play Magic! Oh man, that's so hilarious. You know what? You got it. If you want to play like this, we can do it. We can do it. I know it's Greasefang, but we basically traded 1 for 1, and with the Mech, I'm liking my position. Easy. Like, we have 5 cards, bro. What do you have? A mechanic? Even your perfect curve cannot win this game. We are playing the Greasefang. Okay, let's see what the perfect card for the turn 5 will be. Of course! Why? Why would you ever with anything? We cannot block this one because he cannot play anything, and if we block this, he can play something. Fortunately, it's like really fortunate that we have this Destroy Evil, otherwise we would be in a really bad spot, honestly. Alright, let's play Eiganjo. Man, like, this is really good showcase for the deck, because our opponent really had insanely good hand. I cannot believe I've been playing mono white so much, and I rarely remember this kind of opening hand. Alright, alright. He has 2 deadly cards. I don't know what it is, but it must be insanely good. So he wants to attack. Okay, sure. I kinda think that now we block. We need to mitigate as much damage as possible, and our cards are a bit better. Let's get rid of this one. Yeah, not sure what we get, but we'll get something definitely. Yeah, let's get the Informant. It won't be untapped this turn, but it will be next turn. I don't think we need more mana. I like mana, but is it needed? No, I don't think it is needed. So we can go Bankbuster into Fateful Absence and give him the card, or just go Ayo and trade with the other line. I'm so tempted to just go and attack him, but in this situation we have more cards, we have more value, we have basically more of everything. Sure, why wouldn't you have another Brutal Cathar on our cannot die creature? This guy is just... That's how we play Mythic, man. You need to be top 100 with those draws. Oh man, I'm so happy that we are still winning this, so it doesn't bother me at all. But it's hilarious how great this draw was, to be honest. Alright, and what we will do? We will do the trick. Yeah, the trick will be pretty awesome. Do we have some cool... Yes, we do have some cool creatures. So let's pay the kicker. We will Fateful Absence the Brutal Cathar. And he will like our Greasefang. So I could keep attacking, but it's not great in this situation. Did we play a card? Yes, we played the card. It's really important that you don't give him the day-night triggers. He needs to make all of them himself. Otherwise, you go into nighttime, he just plays 2 cards and he gets free removal. Like this... Wow, from the top. Easy. It's still fine, okay? It's still fine. We will get the card, so it's kinda okay. He played main phase, which honestly is probably also a little bit of mistake, because he doesn't attack anyway, so why bother? Alright, and we will give him the card, right? Enjoy, my friend. This is your card, and this is our dragon that you cannot... he won't hit the third one. There's no way he will hit the third one. This is the end step, so every creature won't happen. And now we have Greasefang. Alright. Oh, that's also pretty good. Alright, so I think we can start attacking right now. Finally. Do we have more vehicles? Not really. Not really. So I guess we just keep attacking with this one. I could go super all-in, but there's no way. Like we would be throwing the game in this way. So let's just make sure that we get card advantage. Now we can draw 3 cards a turn, and even our opponent top decks cannot beat that. Anointed Peacekeeper, easy. So he will name the Emperor. So for this reason, we'll make sure that it will be hard. Don't forget, Emperor can use the ability at instant speed for the full turn, so it doesn't really matter when he will name it. On the other side, if he is smart, he knows that he can still name the Emperor. They never know. They don't read the full card. Because then I cannot activate Wandering Emperor abilities, because I don't have free mana, and I would have to pay 2 for each one instance of activating ability of the named card. Alright, cool. That's interesting. Let's wait. I think that's a really bad decision. Like, are you sure you know what you are doing? Man, he might regret it very quickly, so we need crew 4. You will ask, but why are you doing this? You will see. You will see in a second. I know it looks weird. I know. Oh, no. We don't need this one. So we go blockers. We kill this one, we kill this one, we kill this one. But our opponent has no cards, and now we use this. And guess what will happen? There will be a lot of counters on our creatures. First time I'm using this ability. I guess it puts on vehicles. I'm also not reading the cards. Can we kill him in 1 turn? I think that's a decent possibility, right? So I go with Greasefang because of the crewing. Now we go with the Samurai. I crew this. I should probably count, but I'm kinda lazy. And we cannot crew this one too well. But this is still bigger, right? So let's go with the Raffine Informant. Alright, that's a lot of damage. Yeah? So this will be 11, 17, yeah, and some extra. So he would be forced blocking. That was pretty hilarious game. Alright, opponent goes first. We have the dog, we have some vehicles. All we need is something like Raffine Informant, Greasefang, and we should be fine. And it's basically man, I'm starting to remind myself on the times where mono white was a thing. We definitely hit a lot of mono white today. I think it's white still. We have one swamp. I guess an island could be done, but we don't have Kotose, we aren't near 5 mana, so I don't think that's the, the play. Also, we just drew it, I guess. So he wants to attack it. If you control it with power greater... Oh, I see how it is. But the problem is that he needs to get rid of Missionary somehow, otherwise this dies. So even though I really am confident that he can do it, I think he needs at least to use one card to do it. So, okay, what you got? I hope it's a burn spell. Okay, cool. It's not the worst, honestly. Yeah, he got the token, but he wasted cards for basically one hit. And that's kind of okay. That's kind of okay. We don't need the mech, right? I think we can just use Eiganjo this turn. So he's down to 4 cards. It was a sweet play, but we are 20 to 20. I have Lifelinker and he's nearly out of options. Well, this definitely helps. Okay, cool. So we have to kill the Raiju. And unfortunately all of the other stuff is bigger, right? I still need to kill the Raiju. There's no questions about it. What an annoying creature. Alright, so we don't have good blockers, but at least we prevent this attack, so we still keep the Lifelinker. He is definitely, or she, whatever, a big deal here. So I think this is the play. Spirited Companion to keep cards going, and the Bankbuster, so next turn we can go with the mech. We can also crew it, or at least threaten to do it. And I think that's good enough. This Lifelinker also prevents all of those little dudes from attacking. If he wants to kill the Bankbuster, he needs 3 mana and initiate counter. Great. Let's just keep casting Raiju every turn until the end of the game. It should probably work. Alright, so what are the decisions? The problem with Raiju is that even if you block it, it still gives him the value even if it dies. And that's quite a lot of value. Lifelinker is actually so good here. It negates basically like 3 or 4 tokens, something crazy like this. Alright, that's a damage. Problem is if I want to crew the Bankbuster, I cannot lifelink. It's 7. That's a lot of damage, I just realized it's really a lot of damage. But I think there's only one way to do it. We have to kill this. Like, Raiju cannot continue. Even if it means that we are on 1 HP, we have ways to do it a little bit. I hope. No vehicles yet. So this should be the Surgehacker, right? This one is probably the most annoying, and we actually want this to kill one of the vehicles. Like, so far we are not that on board, and that's already a success. His draw was really brutal. From the 1-2 drop into protection into double Raiju. So he has just 1 card. If he doesn't get anything crazy, we can actually... Oh man, what is this day? Oh man. Alright, so we are on the draw. We took this hand, and our opponent is playing Mire. So let's see how it goes. I will start with Raffine Tower, because it definitely gives a little bit more flexibility. And let's see what the plays are. Alright, I think Eiganjo, we really want to hit stuff on curve. Is this the Missionary or the Bankbuster? Do we go for draw or regression? I think this is a bit better, especially that we have another Missionary, so when this one dies, we can actually start cycling them for, you know, the casual infinite value, always helps. He wants to draw a card, I think, so this will hit. Oh, okay. If he kills it, we deny the full card draw, and that's sweet. Great, and now we go with the Restoration. It gives us land for the future turns. And depending how he plays, we either go Surgehacker Mech to kill whatever he plays, or just Missionary with the kicker to get the previous Missionary, and, you know, start grinding the value. The tempo is not crazy right now, so I think we can afford a 4 mana to 3 with lifelink. Definitely seems to be the case. I think we just get the Bankbuster. Like, it's really cool to get it for free. And this turn it will be Missionary anyway. We could also go for the ramp. That's interesting choice. And our opponent wants to answer it somehow. I guess Emperor is also pretty good, right? We don't have Greasefang. Let's go with the Bankbuster. I think it's good. I think it's good. Maybe the play was to get rid of Storefront and get the Missionary. That would also work, but probably this is a bit better. Saves us mana, basically. I mean, I will take the Emperor. Like, our board on the next turn will be actually pretty crazy. Like, we'll have this transformed into Emperor with the token, and the Emperor as well. Alright. I will cast the Emperor at the end step, because this basically has haste, so if he plays Harvester or whatever, he can just kill the Emperor main phase. Or in combat phase after the main phase, to be precise. That's a card though. I mean... Okay. Let's see if there will be any pressure. That was really quick priority. This still might disappear, but if it is, we will just go with the Phyrexian train. And we'll start attacking with the Bankbuster probably. I want to force him to play creatures, because then we can start removing them. Right now we don't have great targets for the mech. Alright, so I will make it easy. If you have mech disappear, you counter it. I guess he fears what we can do on the main phase with 4 mana or 5 mana, because he doesn't know we have tap lands. So maybe he fears something like Ayo or Kotose, I don't know. He's definitely thinking quite a lot. I'm sorry, man, but really, just click the button. If you have mech disappear, this is probably the best use you can make from it. Especially that the board will be flooded. Easy, cool. I'm glad we sorted this one out. Alright, so this will be an Architect. Probably I want to attack. He's tapped out, so that's a free damage basically. Can we make better attack than this? Not really, right? Mech does not give too much benefit. So let's just go with the kicker and let's keep getting some free value. It will still be a bit problematic. Our opponent has a lot of cards, more than us, but we can make it work, I think. Let's go for... No, we have blue. We have blue already. So let's go for white. We don't super care. We crew with the Architect, and from the next turn onwards, the Architect will make a lot of fuss, basically. If he wants to get a token, we kill it with the mech. That's the plan. Man, Make Disappear was the hero of today's games for our opponents. We didn't get Paragon as well, which would be really sweet. We didn't get Greasefang, which would really help, because then we would just keep discarding the Bankbuster. I guess we won? That was absolutely strange game. Alright, we are going first with the Missionary and some Eiganjo. So the opening is pretty good, honestly. We have some pressure, we have some lands, and you know, a little bit of everything. Let's go with the Missionary first. It's good that they have tap land, so the cut down is not a problem this turn. And if I always like when they cut down main phase, because they usually cannot play the, you know, the normal care things. We attack first, no priority, no nothing. And this should be the restoration. It gives you, like, it gets going as soon as possible. Alright, and now we have pretty decent opening. I think Kotosei might be really huge this game, depending on, you know, what will exactly happen. We can kill the Harvester. Alright, so do we want to get... Oh yeah, we want the Surgehacker Mech, so this is basically free, right? Yeah, it's free to mana that we get. Alright, now we play... This is actually even more damage. I didn't realize that we ramped to 4 basically. So we kill this one, and we continue with the pressure. And next turn we will have the Architect that will get haste from the Bankbuster basically. And our opponent, I think he knows that he's in trouble already. But Titans? Okay. So this is some kind of Giant Cruelty Reanimator, I guess. That's... I won't lie, this is a really good draw. Probably the best we have. So yeah, the Gods of Magic definitely helping us in this one. Let's kill the creature so we can enable bigger, better attacks. I really want to draw a card. Am I too greedy? I probably am, right? What is the land that we want? Definitely an island, but we don't have this. What happened to my eye? Oh well, I have it in the hand. Great stuff, great, you are the best player. Alright, so if we crew this one, this is 5 damage. If we crew this one, it's 6 damage. Yeah, okay, that's not worthy difference. We don't care about the life thing as well. And this way I get extra card, that's a big deal. Cool. Our opponent plays a Braid, I believe. Oh no, that was different game. Shh, I forgot. Alright, so what is the Trespasser trespassing? Destroy evil. Wrong choice. This is something we won't be using. But he cannot really know it. Let's keep drawing cards. We are basically equal with his cards, and that's already really good. Let's play Kotosei. Alright, we will have some cool plays right now. Not sure what exactly, but we will. So we can get rid of the Titans and cast it next turn. Or show that and cast it next turn. What is the play? Okay, let's play the Kotosei. Is this the removal, like Inferno Grasp? It might be. Our opponent is at 5. He definitely has Cruelty. I think we have to go for the Titan. This is something we cannot beat. Or maybe we can, but it will be one of the few ways he gets back into the game. Of course, that's Inferno Grasp. Exactly for Kotosei. But we will crew in response. Yep, and after he has no target for animation, you have seen that it is a Cruelty deck. So yeah. Alright, we are going first. I like Restoration, I like going first. And with Obscura Storefront we should have enough mana to make it work. So let's go. I would like some vehicles, but it is pretty decent so far. We of course take black for the Greasefang. Well, okay. Interesting nick, definitely. The problem is that we don't have play for this turn. That's something that hurts a little bit. And I will pretend that I'm a mono black. Why not? Like, that's actually a big deal, right? If he thinks that we are mono black. Like, this is very specific kind of deck. Aha! We are not. I guess Restoration. We can ramp a little bit. We can get rid of lands in the deck, so hopefully we'll draw something that's not a land. That will be a lot of damage. We are slightly behind already, because we didn't draw any 2-drops. Yeah, we oh man, this is freaking okay, I think we just lost. I don't think we can beat this. Not without the board. We needed 2-drops to make it work. Then we could start thinking about it. Is there any benefit? Not really. And he just goes for the pure damage, which is probably the correct choice. Alright, I guess we can run. We don't need this. No vehicles still, that's really painful. And I guess we can take this land because it gives us 1 HP, so, you know, why not? Why not if you can take it? I have island here, so we don't need it. Let's play the land. So, So. I think it has to be Greasefang, so we finally have some, at least, power in the board. But we are really far from home right now. Double op is so much damage. We are already pressed on the damage side so much, and it makes it even worse. I'm just taking it. We are down to 5.
Is my entertainment.
And this was really good opening. Basically 1 play, 2 play into op. And we didn't have 2 drop, we didn't have any Surgehacker Mech. Like, Surgehacker Mech would make it so much better, but we just cannot go through it. I have to take this damage. Yeah, we will even lose more HP, just in case, and we are just drawing lands so far. So this will be an absolutely brutal loss so far. Like, we cannot even kill this one, so we need to go for this one. It will just get blocked. Like, he can even just, you know, get let it die, but I think he will just try it anyway. I actually don't mind it. Like, it's better to play AO than anything else. And I guess we are discarding some cards next turn. And maybe we can get rid of Ops. Problem is that he also has more value than us. Not even talking about when we discard all of this. And I'm not going to 1 HP. I'm not so crazy. Restoration is a bit too bad. Let's just make sure that we at least survive. So, the last Eiganjo. Soul transfer, easy, sure. I guess if he attacks with Underdog, that's something, but he won't. And that's our Bankbuster. Oh man, can we survive this pressure in any way? I can basically replace this one. Problem is I cannot even kill Obnixris right now. They can keep plussing forever. But let's see. Alright, so we killed this one. I guess we can... Oh my god, it gets worse. So for this reason we will kill the Underdog. You should never play like this. Always first you want to see the hit, then you play a removal, because that's something that can happen and you don't like it. We have to discard 1 card or we die. Yep. So first we decline, and now he is forced to use the second one, and now we are forced to discard. 1 HP. Like, it's interesting. Fable is a strong blocker. By the way, this op has ultimate already. I don't even think we have cards that can win us. That was great experience. We got absolutely dumpstered. So we took this hand, we have 2 mana only, and we don't have the right colors to play our white stuff, but we have Bankbuster, we are on the play, so hopefully even if that throws us, we can at least be even with our opponent, you know, wasting the play advantage. But if we draw something like this really starts to be actually very, very strong. Raffine Informant would be a bit better in this spot, because we would be able to reanimate the Bankbuster. But it's fine. The other option would be to play Bankbuster into the Greasefang next turn, so this basically could hit for 4. That's something I did not think about, but I think it's also pretty good. Alright, so first, let's play the biggest creature, and I guess we try to start racing. Like, we won't be able to race forever probably, but we can at least threaten a little bit more. Like, Greasefang is a thing, and yeah, this is something I like. I wouldn't play the same if I didn't have a second one, but I figured even if they kill it, it's kind of fine, you know? Like, it's not a big deal. Alright, I think this is the play for the turn. No kicker, because we really want to make sure that we have a vehicle. And look at the stat line, we have so much stats on the board right now. Even if they kill any of those, we can still crew and have a 4/4. This means that any creature like Reckless, Stormseeker or whatever cannot really attack. Even this one. Like, I think it might be able to attack, right? It gets until end of the turn. Yeah, we will trade. If he attacks with everything, I will gladly trade this. Because we get the Bankbuster back in the next turn, and that's the whole point of the deck. So we gladly trade it for his full turn. Now we played the land, and we played the Okiba. So the Bankbuster goes back into the thing. Do I really want to raise him? You know what, with lifelink I think we are able to. Yeah, he just realized, like, we're hitting for 7 already. And that's a lot. Alright, we're going first. This is kind of okay opening hand. I like that we have Missionary into Eiganjo later, so we definitely can ramp up to 5 mana, so Ayo can carry us, hopefully. Alright, this will be something with blue. Pretty tempting to go with the Bankbuster. But I just think that we need to be more on the aggressive side and just go with the Restoration of Eiganjo next turn. Okay, this was a little bit scary. Let's attack and see if he gets greedy. It might seem that we are stuck on 2 mana, so if he kills it, that's a maximum value. He didn't go for it. He did not go for it. I think we are throwing him Missionary then. They are annoying. And that's not really something he wants to counter. Like, it's just a 2-drop. Okay. I will take it. I will take it. That costs him the card. So, 1 card down. And we'll basically do the same thing next turn. We might start with the Bankbuster. Make Disappear does not hit it, and that's a big deal. And then we'll probably start drawing cards. Alright, alright. I think we're starting to get to places. So Make Disappear doesn't hit it. He needs a hard counter spell. And he did not have it. However, first is really strong as well. And he did have a basic island. Okay. So I will just start drawing cards. He is at 7. That's a lot. So we need to draw our 3 to match him. Especially that we will miss land drop next turn, and I don't think Eiganjo will be cast, basically. So no, let's just make sure that we start hitting stuff. Okay, that's some damage. Let's play a Plains, and now we go with the Restoration. Make Disappear still doesn't hit it. Like, Make Disappear is such a popular counter that you really want to get this 2 mana extra, just to make sure that you won't get hit by it. Always keep 2 mana. If he has a creature, it will be a bit worse. Alright. He's definitely drawing a lot of cards somehow. Okay. Those are some weird brews that we are encountering right now. Everyone seems to be playing first for Discover in some splashed deck that is not mono blue. Alright, burn down the house. He wants to create the tokens, interestingly enough. Is that the right call? Like, we can raise you with the lifelink pretty easily. Oh, he wants to double block the Missionary. Okay, that makes more sense. But we can just go with the Bankbuster and keep pushing the damage. And I honestly think I will do it. Alright, we can get rid of something. I don't think we won't. Let's just ramp with this one. Ramping is pretty cool here. Let's play the land. Do I want to crew it? Like, it will be too hard, I think. We can just go for Ayo, you know? Yeah, okay, I like this. So if he tries to trade, we are absolutely fine with this. And if he doesn't, it's even better, because he's losing stuff for free. And 1 damage doesn't matter because of the lifelink, right? So Ayo, we don't mind Ayo dying. So I guess maybe, yeah, I should attack with the Bankbuster. That's a really bad play on my part. I forgot that if we are supposed to play Ayo, we can do it main phase. There's not much trickery involved here. So we just didn't want this to get countered, as long as it's, you know, in the battlefield and it dies, it's absolutely fine. Yeah, and into open mana I don't want to do anything. Let's just keep attacking with those dudes and see what happens exactly. I also want the card, I want the Emperor. We want to have options open, because he needs to play something important sooner or later. He will go for the kicker, right? So it's what? 7 damage. I mean, okay. This puts on the vehicles as well, right? Creature or vehicle. So we can cast the Emperor right now and get additional counters on our stuff. And I kinda want it. Like, he has Sweeper of Burn Down the House, so each counter is making it much more awkward. So we create a Samurai. He can kill her, but it will be harder. And that will be a lot of counters. We could also go for the other ability, but I think the counters are where it's at. I guess if he plays the Burn Down the House, he can use the Devil to ping this for the lacking mana. But it's fine. We also get additional cards from the Bankbuster this turn. So I think we can make it work. And the lifelink will be super brutal, so we have much more time. Oh, so I think he will try to attack the Emperor and then hit her with pings. That's my guess. But then it's better because Burn Down the House doesn't kill the Architect, and he definitely needs to. He doesn't have black. Okay, so he did the thing. He did the thing. I think it's okay. He didn't go for the kicker, right? No. And we'll also create a creature after all the triggers are down. We can also use Missionary to get another Missionary. So I think it's okay. I guess I could do it right now. After the last trigger, in response I could crew it. But I'm not really interested in crewing. But if I want it, I should do it this way. Because it's after the Firestorm and after the other trigger, so... Unless he has 2 mana removal, he couldn't answer it too much. And Fires of Victory wouldn't have enough cards, he would be able to have 5, and this has 6 toughness, so he wouldn't be able to remove it. Another Bankbuster is really good. I do not mind that one, but... Alright. So, I mean, first we crew, and we see what happens, because this is a 6 toughness creature, and 6 attack creature, so we kill him in 2 turns with this one. I honestly think we will win. With Missionary we can start cycling them basically and get Missionary into Missionary. I think we have one more, so in the end it will be AO. So we will rebuild the whole board just in 2 turns. And then he needs another sweep. As you can see, he's already thinking, oh, that's a lot of damage. And he's right, it is a lot of damage. Let's play the Missionary with the kicker, of course. And the treasure will help us hit another kicker. This 2 mana is super sus. It might be Make Disappear, it might be Fires of Victory. Okay, it might also be this one. Is there priority? It seems like there is still. Alright, this is Phyrexian Missionary. You know what? This is okay. Okay, maybe that was a mistake. I forgot he tapped 1 mana. I'm not playing the best, to be honest. Kotosei. Yeah, I will definitely take her. So, the play. Is that the Bankbuster? Yeah, it is a Bankbuster because it has Summoning Sickness this turn. The only card that hits it is Spell Pierce right now, and I don't think he has it. And next turn we can start playing like any of those creatures and crew the Bankbuster, so it's basically haste. So even if he answers one of them, I think he will explode very quickly. Unless he has some place, we'll see. We'll see. Probably... I don't... Oh man. He doesn't have a lot of creatures. I think 1 Destroy Evil is okay, and I like my lands. Alright, so we definitely play Phyrexian Missionary first. Then we play Raffine Informant, and then we start attacking with everything. That's the play. Alright. Now we play the Informant. And I don't think I will attack with this one. I think we are fine with attacking with this one. It's hard enough to kill, honestly. The counter. Surgehacker is not needed. Alright, so this will be crewed like this. Yeah, no need to crew the other one. We don't really get too much benefit. And having additional card or just a removal is good enough. Alright, so let's see what he does. I think it might be something like Fires of Victory. Yeah. So he will be down to 3. He needs another sweeper, and we still get the modern age thing. What are you called? Vector Glider. Oh, okay. He went really all in on this one. The point is that slowly we grind him out of the cards, and with Bankbuster we should be able to outvalue him. At some point, most likely. Alright, let's draw a card. Also we will get the driver again. I mean, okay. Those are some cards. To be honest, I prefer to draw cards. And he still needs to answer this. And I want to see him tapped. How many fires are really good overall? So he has one more only. His deck seems to be having a lot of cards though, like between firsts, Fires of Victor and stuff like this. Alright. So I think I will go with Liliana and try to get rid of the storefront after we play the AO. Down to 3. Is this better or that one? Alright, let's start with Liliana. I think she will have a lot of pressure, and I will actually just draw a card. Play with fire, sure. 29 to go. If he gets to 2, we just Kotosei and play with fire him. He had lightning strike?
No more distractions.
No. Okay, I would be able to kill him actually. Alright, so let's start pressuring the hand. I think after a few turns of Liliana, he will have basically nothing. And we keep drawing cards every turn. This pressure is something they cannot ignore. They need to answer it every single turn. So it will be pretty hard for them to get rid of, the situation. Because they need to keep tapping out every turn, drawing cards. Like, we have a lot of annoying little creatures that don't matter unless you are at 3 HP. And then they really matter. Alright, let's draw some cards. And the fact that we keep getting card advantage and Bankbuster will become another creature and stuff like this, so it just doesn't really end for our opponent. First of all, let's discard the card. Because right now he doesn't really know what's going on. If he has some kind... Alright, sure. I would love to extract it at instant speed, but it's not exactly possible. He has 4 mana, right?
Drop it.
It also seems a little bit desperate because he tapped it pretty heavily. So for this reason, we will play Kotosei. Not sure what I will extract, it's probably play with fire. Because then we can crew the Bankbuster and attack with everything, and with 4 mana I don't think he can answer it. So, I guess we won another. Alright guys, and this is the start of the stats with the outro. So this is the original deck from our friend JHC, sorry. So I actually went 4 wins, 8 losses, so that's a 33% win rate. I actually shouldn't play the last game, so let's say it's 4-7 for the sake of comparison with the other one, which has 11 games. So it should be 36% win rate, and unfortunately I feel this is where we are. This felt that it's super hard to win, and a lot of things just need to go right basically. So those are the results. We can go through the matchups, but I don't really feel there's much value in this. That's the results. I think that probably I misplayed something, but I also think it was more or less decent driving. I don't think that's the biggest issue, but it is what it is. So those were the results. We definitely tanked our rank like crazy. I played starting from 96%, we ended at 92. That hurt. Alright, but let's go into the other version and compare. Alright, and we actually have the other version, the hopefully improved version that I tried to make better. Did I succeed? Not really. Like, I really stand by my choices and I believe the deck is better, but it is surprising to me. We got nearly exactly the same results. I guess this means that the results are really consistent. So I'm proud with the testing. I think the methodology showed to be very, very solid if we get exactly the same results. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that the improvements did a lot of difference. I really think they made the deck a bit better. But if I'm honest, I would just scrap part of the strategy for the deck and just went with the full vehicles. One thing that we need to mention, I actually was playing my version first, and I tanked my rank like crazy, and suddenly I started to see a lot of different brews and like very suboptimal decks, and then we went with the other one. So that's something definitely we should consider. From the data, it seems that both versions perform very, very similarly and not really great. So let's go into the deck and check the final impressions. Alright, and now we are finally in the original decklist from GHC. Or JHC. Man, I will never learn. I hope you forgive me, bro. So I hope you enjoyed the experiment. For the deck, you can see the original decklist here. I think I mentioned what I didn't really like about this version. Of course, everything can work and it's also for fun, but if we are about improving, I think the blue has to go entirely. I don't think it's a blue deck. So basically we can skip this, we can fix the mana base this way. Obscura Storefront, while it's cute, I don't think it's like a biggest deal and we can try to make it work without it. What I think is that we should also get rid of Phyrexian Missionaries, and I think this is the core of the deck. You are not here. Alright, you might not be here as well. So we don't really have enchantments, right, without the Modernize, so it doesn't really combo anymore. I think this is the real core of the deck. This is a little bit of fluff that is cool, but it doesn't really make the deck more competitive if we are getting this direction. So this is my honest feeling. In both versions we seem to have exactly the same results, which I think tells something about the whole core idea. And I remember we played some Esper Greasefang, and I remember that the results were pretty good. I think we were like 57% win rate in Mythic, something like this. So I think I would, if I wanted, I would go for the inspiration there, and that was the Mardu deck. So maybe there were some cool things in the deck. I think that we were using Fable, which really synergizes all around. And I remember the value in that deck did not end basically. So maybe this is the direction for the deck. I like that version, to be honest, quite more, because I felt that their value is never ending. Here I often felt that I'm sitting doing nothing, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Like, Missionary is great, but it's super slow. On its own, it doesn't really do much. Like, it's 2-3 creature. It doesn't really provide any value for the rest of the game. You can get some Greasefang, but it's 7 mana, and most of the decks can either kill you or outvalue you before you have fun with the Missionary. It's good in decks like Raffine, when you can put counters on this, and then it starts getting better and better. Here, it's not really the case. I guess AO counts and Emperor, but it's very sketchy. So those are my honest feelings about the deck. I hope you guys liked it. It was super hard for me to make this whole video. I didn't have like the idea. I had the idea, but just at the start I just kept losing. I lost 4 games in a row and I thought, oh my god, like it will be so hard to go 20 games. I tanked my rank like crazy, as you can see. I hope it was worth it, but I also enjoyed the experiment. I think it's something new and it gives you some real perspective on how the decks can differ if you change some few versions, and that it's hard to make a competitive deck in Mythic. That's the honest truth. Most of the decks that don't go super high on the perfect cards just get absolutely smoked, and I think our 36% win rate is exactly this. So I hope you liked the video. I hope I did a decent job. I hope, JHC, that you enjoyed it. So I promised the video and I hope I delivered as you hoped. So with that being said, see you tomorrow. Bye.